Caitlin Clark's return, lads. Caitlin Clark's return. On ABC, nationally televised game.
Guys, Clark is officially back, okay, for the Indiana Fever. Guys, the Indiana Fever just gave the freaking New York Liberty their first L. Their first L of the season. I was wondering, I'm like, who is it going to be?
Caitlin Clark just dropped 32 points like it was nothing, and the unlucky recipient? The undefeated Liberty. Yep, the Indiana Fever rolled in, woke up, and decided to bring the chaos. Was it a game or a one-woman revenge tour armed with a basketball? Either way, Clark served up the heat, the attitude, and scoreboard-shattering drama. Stick around, this wasn't just a win. It was a blockbuster, and Clark stole every scene.
Back again. Caitlin's back. Caitlin Clark Kent back in action. Where do I even start? 32 points, 9 assists, 8 rebounds, 2 blocks, 7 threes, 11 for 20 in only 31 minutes of basketball. The Indiana Fever say, come on, New York. Come on. Somebody's got to give you this first L, and I guess it's going to be us.
Caitlin Clark didn't just show up to the court. She arrived with sniper vision, a rocket launcher for an arm, and zero respect for the laws of physics. She pulled up from 30 feet like it was nothing. Scratched that 30 yards easy. At this point, someone should check if she wandered in from an NFL training camp, because those shots were coming from another zip code. And they weren't missed prayers, they were precision airstrikes with zero remorse.
That's how you feel, Caitlin, after missing 4 games from a quad injury? That's how you feel when you come back? What the hell did we just watch? Caitlin Clark in her absolute Birkin, able to get her team a victory over the undefeated New York Liberty. Let's talk about it. So as I discussed before, Caitlin Clark, this is her first game back in 4 or 5 games after dealing with the quad injury. And she did not disappoint. Came out with 32 points, 9 assists, 8 rebounds, almost a triple-double. But 7 3-pointers, y'all, and she was hitting them from 40 feet. Like, she was literally shooting from anywhere.
32 points. Let that sink in. This wasn't basketball, it was a one-woman Broadway show, and every act ended with a swish. She tied her career high in threes and somehow looked bored doing it. Blink, and she's already pulling up from the logo like it's a warm-up drill. Meanwhile, the Liberty, once the untouchable darlings of the WNBA, were left wondering if they were actually in a game, or just background extras in the Caitlin Clark experience.
And most elite performances we have ever seen from Caitlin Clark. Now, I gotta remind everybody about this. Caitlin Clark is coming off an injury, bro. What we seen today was greatness. This was similar to the Michael Jordan flu game. I mean, it's up there type deal, bro. Caitlin Clark just handed the New York Liberty the ass whooping of a lifetime. And what's crazy about all of this is that the referees couldn't even save them. See, last time the referees was able to save New York and they walked away with the victory.
And somewhere else in the same arena, Angel Reese was on her usual mission, hoarding rebounds like winter's coming. She grabbed boards, tossed the ball in the air like she didn't have a care, and ended up with 10 rebounds, 4 points, and enough posing to land a modeling contract. But don't ask her. She's still the main event, the crown jewel, the whole show.
All right, guys, Caitlin Clark is back in the WNBA today, and I could not be happier. And to start off the game with the New York Liberty, she is putting on a show. First clip we're going to watch here is Sabrina Ionescu missing a 3 because she wants to be Caitlin and she just isn't. And look at this dime of a pass. Oh my gosh, can you just be a quarterback already? But then it gets better. Caitlin goes on a 9-0 run by herself within the span of 50 seconds.
The face of the league. Never mind that Caitlin just lit up the court like a 4th of July fireworks show. Angel's busy reminding everyone she brings the flavor. Here's the hilarious part. Reese is out here moving like a walking double-double of ego and hustle. But the scoreboard didn't get the memo. Her shot chart? A horror movie read, nothing falling. Under the rim, she's tossing bricks like she's laying the foundation for a new stadium. Sure, she grabbed rebounds that scream, don't worry team. I got the miss again. Meanwhile, Caitlin's playing 5D chess while Angel's over there playing hungry hippos with boards. And yet, Angel keeps insisting she's the main event, the WNBA wrapped around her perfectly manicured finger. Technically true, people are watching, But is it for the buckets, or the drama? Clark's raining threes from Steph Curry range, while Reese is serving WWE energy with zero offensive highlights to match.
288, we finally hit triple digits thanks to CC22. Caitlin Clark, folks, 3 threes in 38 seconds in the first half. Caitlin Clark hit 3 logo bombs, by the way. 3 logo bombs in 38 seconds. This was the Caitlin Clark we all said, oh, she's different. she's sent from outer space. The Caitlin Clark that we saw today was the Caitlin Clark that we were accustomed to seeing. Oh, it feels...
There's a difference between being talked about and being watched. Caitlin Clark is watched. Every game, every shot, every step past half court, with defenders holding their breath like they're on a roller coaster. Angel Reese? She's talked about for antics, for posing, for a rivalry with Caitlin that's starting to read like a one-sided diary entry. Let's be real, you can't throw together some rebounds, sprinkle in a scowl, and call it superstardom. The game still matters. The scoreboard still matters. The shot clock doesn't pause for attitude. Caitlin Clark didn't just show up, she dominated. She wasn't padding stats, she was shattering narratives. Meanwhile, Reese was out there like a motivational speaker trapped in a power forward's body, preaching her importance while missing layups like it was a paid hobby. Caitlin's threes? Demoralizing. Not just for the Liberty, but for anyone who thought she might fade after a rough rookie start. Now she's warmed up. Now she's figured it out. Passes sharper, spacing tighter, shots absurd. Long-range artillery, stiff-level bombs from so far out the ball probably filed a flight plan. Every time Caitlin launched, time froze. The crowd held its breath. Defenders flinched. Commentators lost their minds. You don't get that reaction unless you're box office gold.
Would you look at that? Caitlin Clark putting another game together that proves that she is the reason why people are watching the WNBA. And definitely not because of Angel Reese. In her very first game back from injury, she puts up 32, 8, and 9. Okay? Super close to a triple-double on over 50% shooting from the field and 50% shooting from the three-point line. And not only did she have a great performance, but she also led her team to a 14-point victory, so not even a close game, against a team that was previously undefeated and arguably the best team in the WNBA on her first game back.
Meanwhile, Angel could finally hit a shot and half the crowd would still be mid-scroll on their phones. That's not superstardom, that's background noise. Let's talk swagger. Caitlin's got that silent, deadly type. Drops a deep 3 and jogs back like she's thinking about dinner. She's got enough bravado to power a small nation. But the numbers don't lie. You can't strut your way out of a single-digit scoring column and call it dominance. You can't flex after every missed jumper and expect the illusion to stick. Caitlin's confidence is backed by buckets. Reese's is backed by branding. And that's a massive difference. Caitlin isn't just making noise, she's making history. Rookie records? She's rewriting them. Viewership? She's boosting it. She's putting the basketball in women's basketball. Meanwhile, Angel Reese is running the best PR campaign the scoreboard has never seen. If marketing were a stat, she'd be averaging 40, but we're watching the games, not the pressers. The gap is widening. Caitlin Clark evolves with every game, slicing through defenses, turning defenders into traffic cones, dragging the Indiana Fever from laughingstock to giant slayers. Her passes are surgical, her movement elite, her confidence radioactive. She does it all while carrying a league's expectations and half the country's eyeballs. Meanwhile, Angel Reese is still boxing out like the rim owes her money and shooting like the ball is allergic to nylon.